I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Salute, and welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now, so we get deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Oh yes, family, we got to talk about it tonight. We got to talk about bundles, lies, and prosecution. Oh, that's exactly what we're going to be dealing with, and that's exactly what a couple of Democrat shillbillies are going to be dealing with across the board. Because as I showed you on the previous broadcast, as far as the chief executive office, as far as the prosecution branch of the executive office is concerned, you got Pam Bondi, the attorney general. You got Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, and the deputy director of the FBI, Dan Bongino now. And family, remember when a lot of us, because I'm not the only one, I'm not the only one in new black media that has said this. Many of us have said that these bootlegs that jumped up there to do them white folks' dirty work over there in the Democrat Party, well, now that the orange man is in there and it's his turn, he's coming after them first because they were dumb enough to sit up there and be the front flunkies for the Democrats. And see, notice this. This is what the shillbillies don't like talking about. Remember on the way out the door, old Jim Crow Joe Biden? Oh, he pardoned him and his whole family. But notice he didn't pardon none of them black bootlegs in advance, did he? Oh, none of them got any presidential pardons. Not one. Not one. So, yeah, we're going to be discussing that in full detail over here tonight. And we're going to bring some things to your attention that you might not be aware of. You will be after this broadcast, though. So, Emily, with that said, let me scroll up and greet my esteemed guests, and let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. If there's any audio issues, I always like to get that out of the way at the beginning of the broadcast, and we will get that fixed immediately so that you can all hear the message loud and clear. So I see Kermit Wingfield in the building. What's going on, Battle Buddy? I see Shalelle Peterson in here, Priscilla Taylor, Tanisha Murdoch, Emma Johnson, Doc B1, Trisha Jenkins, the brilliant librarian, Only Pamela's Way, DS1 in the house. I see my brother Bruce. Let's see the Informant Media. Let's see Stun Zed. I see you, ATLN_007. Gabrielle. I'm going to say Gabrielle P because I don't know how to pronounce your name, or sister. I don't want to butcher your name there. So, salute to you, Gabrielle P. Welcome to you. Michael Williams is over here. Kevin Blackwell. I see you. Let's see Derek Parker in the building. Stolen Ancestors 1526. Salute to you and your husband. Let's see Project Leroy in the house. I see y'all. Not skipping anybody. Josh Norris. I see you. Charlie X, the Prince of Paraphernalia. What's going on, brother? Let's see. Who else do I see? I think that's everybody that I see thus far. So salute and welcome to you all and anyone that'll be joining us in the tonight. So, okay, good, y'all. So y'all can hear me loud and clear. Good. We're about to get to cooking with hot fish grease over here. So I'm going to go ahead and give my customary disclaimer. Democrat shillbillies, if you have any sacred cows, this is not going to be the broadcast for you. You're going to want to go ahead and not even bother looking at what I got to show you tonight, because you're not going to be able to argue with nothing that I present to you. Oh, it's going to be some rough roads ahead for you. And the only advice I can tell you, Democrat shillbillies, is this. If you know that you had your hand cookie jar stealing money, trying to be like the white folks, if you were one of these people that you were used to primarily go after Trump, only advice I can tell you, you might better take your money and run and just stay out of the country for the next 4 years, because that man is not bullshitting. I'm going to be honest with you. Had they tried to kill me too, oh yeah, I'll be going even harder in the paint than he is. I'm trying to tell you, so you can't really blame the man. Whether you like him or hate him, you tried to kill the man. Never mind all the political shenanigans. You try to take somebody out of the game, man, all bets are off. So, I mean, that's what we're going to cover here tonight. On every needle that I thread is going to make perfect sense, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple of things that a lot of people probably not going to touch on. After the night, you all will know, okay? So just letting you know ahead of time, shillbillies prepare to be angry. There will be weeping and gnashing of Democrat shillbilly teeth, all right? So with that said, we're going to have to kick off the sponsorship. You know we got to do that, right? Because it's going to be some jokes over here tonight, but it's going to be more education than jokes. So I think this is going to be quite inspirational to those of you that might have had somewhat of a rough day or rough week or what have you. I think this is going to help you out, okay? we're going to boost your spirit. So we're going to get straight into this sponsor, and then we're going to get to cooking with tonight's lesson.
If you are at a point where you fucking hate being around people and the thought of being in the company of human beings makes you sick and want to throw up, that is your body and soul's way of telling you it is time to detox yourself from energy draining motherfuckers. Sometimes being alone and fasting from people is the answer to your mental health problems. So tell everybody to fuck off and take some time for yourself. That is all.
Because I'm saying, you think I'm just in Mexico and I'm defending America. Because are you Mexican? Do you know where Mexico is? No, this ain't Mexico. It used to be Mexico, motherfucker, and now it's Phoenix, goddammit. USA, 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 USA. Yeah, fuck you back, nigga. I bet you don't leave here and go to Mexico, motherfucker. Go get you some cigarette speech. I'll put you cabrón. No, nigga, do you know where you at, nigga? USA! 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 I don't give a fuck! No, motherfuckers think they can live in this country and then still be allegiance to another fucking country. If you love another country more than you love America, motherfucker, then get to step into that bitch. Mexican American homies, Viva la Revolution! Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what's so country, bitch. You ain't did shit, nigga. Fuck, we were slaves, bitch. Y'all just work like that at the landscapers, motherfucker.
Yeah, that never gets old, family. That never gets old. Cat Williams telling it like it is, letting all these illegal aliens over here with their entitled asses know that, hey, if you don't like America, you can go back to where you came from and work hard where you came from. They telling us how much harder they work than us, okay? Funny, they do all this, save all this hard work for when they come over here, but they can't do it in their countries. And I know a lot of y'all like, man, where the hell did you get that original clip before Cat Williams? Well, I told y'all I'm going to stay throwing new things at you over here because I want to make sure I uplift the spirits of my audience and my people over here. Okay, don't let all this stuff drive you up the wall, because we're gonna be all right as foundational Black American freedmen. And if you're on code, none of a big person, you got some sense, you're gonna be all right too. Okay, we're gonna make it through this. We are. It's these other groups, these white adjacents, let's just call it what it is, that's crying, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of their teeth. But the only people that's going to be joining them in dismay and distress are going to be people like old Bundles. Yeah, that's right. You know, I had to give old Jasmine Crockett bullshit another name. I'm calling them Bundles, okay? Because Bundles, let me tell you something. Y'all remember when I covered where they tried to execute the Orange Man? All right, and you remember I showed you all the pieces leading up to that, and her stupid ass was sitting up there talking about revoking this man's Secret Service protection before he won this election. You think you think he forgot about that? Oh no, she on the list. And see, the thing about her dumb ass, she gonna realize, just like Joanne Reed, see, look how fast all of this stuff is happening. Okay, look how many of them have been thrown under the bus by the Democrat Party. And none of them learned the lesson that we all have been saying over here. There's no retirement plan for being a coon, okay, and turning on your own people and doing them folks' dirty work. She keep running her mouth, and she going, boy, I'm telling you, when they come for her, it's going to be ugly, because she better hope that she didn't have her hands in the middle of any of this money that's been stolen and going missing all over the place. She going to be right there with her homegirl, Tiffany Henyard, and we going to get to her tonight. Oh, yeah. I know y'all saw the post I put on my community tab and on X if you follow me. Oh, we going to cover all the bases over here tonight. So first thing we got to do, though, we got to get into the statement that old Bundles made. Oh, yeah. Y'all know I wasn't going to let her get away with this and not cover this. So we're going to get started breaking this down. And I warn you now, if you're a fan of her with all them little bundles she got flipping all over the place, them little Batman eyelashes and magic market on eyebrows, you're going to be pissed off tonight, because I'm finna let this motherfucker have it. Let's get into
it. I just want us to go live really quickly, because y'all is wearing me out. Like, I better understand why Black folk got hoodwinked and got caught up and started.
And shout out to my good brother, Black Alpha Network. That's where this footage is courtesy of. Shout out to my good brother over there, always doing good work, fellow GA brother by way of Ohio, okay, but he's on code, so we definitely, you know what I'm saying, give that brother his props. But already off the bat, I'm gonna tell you what the problem I have with his helper. He got her head all up in the camera with all that artificial bullshit on, looking like a damn clown, the Miss Potato Head package, that's what I call it. You're sitting up here using this little forced wannabe hood accent trying to talk to Black people, because see, remember, during the Democrats campaign, get your booty to the polls, vax that thing up, all the, you don't vote for me, you ain't Black. This is what they think of Black people, okay? They wheel the Black flunkies out here like her to talk to people like that. Now, the funny thing about her trying to do that, for those of you that don't know, she was a lawyer by trade before she got into Congress. But this woman went to a private school, predominantly white. Okay, so now, regardless of her being around her Black family members, what I'm saying is this isn't genuine. That accent she put on, and notice all of them do that, from Kamami to Alexandria Horsetooth Ocasio-Cortez to all of them. Okay, Ilhan Omar is the only one that I hadn't seen trying to pander to people, because she thinks she's in Somalia. Okay, and listen, I saw that proposal, that bill where I think one of the Republican congressmen is proposing that, hey, look, you got to be born here, going back a couple of generations before you can even be in the Congress. And I agree with that. We don't need no more of these people with dual allegiances from to other countries over here in this government. A lot of this stuff need to be shaken up. See, I'm going to tell you, I love what's going on now, changing and shaking up things and changing the status quo. It needs to be, because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. But family, old Bundles here, y'all saw this clip by now. She going to make a full-blown fool of herself. Not just a regular fool, a full-blown fool of herself with all these asinine statements she's about to make. So I'm going to let her continue, and I'm going to be stopping this to cook this ass as need be.
Started saying that Kamala wasn't Black enough, or she wasn't even Black at all, and all this.
The bitch wasn't Black. And right now, to be honest with you, Bundles, we going to find out what your lineage is. Hey, listen. I wouldn't be surprised if we pull that paperwork, man, and we get them like, oh, okay, it makes sense now. It's going to come out. Don't worry. It's going to come out because one of the things that we're doing over here in the Black Grassroots, we're refining our research methods. We're refining our connections. We're going to get info. So just know we're looking at you. But even if you are of the lineage, well, you're going to be over there with them folks. You're not going to be able to come to Black people for any help for what's coming down the pipe for you. Because, see, if you ain't doing nothing for Black people, then we got to give you the same thing that you gave us. Absolutely nothing. And no commandment ain't black. So I just want to double down on it. It'll continue.
Kind of stuff because legitimately, another member of Congress sent me a video of a woman who supposedly is a teacher. And I'm saying supposedly because I am hoping to God that this woman is not an educator of our future scholars, because for whatever reason, people don't question when right-wing media puts out things about me. Now, would you think that I'm their bestie, or that I am literally their number one enemy? Or for all of those saying we're the Democrats?
And see, I'm going to tell you something that really irks me about this silly heifer right here. Family, is it just me? I want to ask you, the audience, real quick. Is it just me, or does this woman strike you to come across with the demeanor of a child talking about these issues? And I'm not just talking about right here on this particular clip in this video that we are analyzing tonight. I'm talking about her behavior as a whole, as a supposed sitting congresswoman. And I don't know about y'all. I don't want children in charge of representing me or taking care of the business affairs of this nation. I don't care whether they're black, white, whatever. I mean, is it just me? Or does she come across like a goofy child? I mean, I just got to call it what it is. Listen to the way she's speaking, the things she's speaking about. Listen, Jasmine, if you had any sense when you recorded this video, these videos that we've been analyze here, you would have got your goofy bundled ass up here and started talking about policy for the American people, specifically the Black American community. But now you sitting up here trying to toe the party line and you reading that script that them folks gave you. Ask yourself this. You see who Joe Biden pardoned? Your black ass wasn't one of them people. No, none of your bootlicking flunkies. Don't y'all get that? These are the questions that, look, let me tell you something. Maybe some of y'all will get closer to her than I ever will. But if they ever come asking you for anything campaign, ask her these questions like, hey, you ain't worried about that? Your buddy Jim Crow Joe and Commandment, they ain't have no pardons for you. What that tell you? You see the orange man is on the orange warpath. He coming after you too, because you got out there out front to do that dirty work. You ain't worried about that? See, that's what I hear without like, when you wagging your finger at us, you better be worried about what you got going on. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be honest with you, family. It has yet to be determined, but I mark my words, before this is over with, they're going to have something on her. I'm going to tell you why I know that. When your mouth is that big, when you this flipping and arrogant, and you thinking that you in there and you special because you rolling your neck and flipping them bundles all over the place and sassing everybody, the little comments that you shooting towards all these different people that's in good with Trump. And I'm not saying that we got to like any of them. I'm just saying as far as positioning yourself right in a situation where you don't really have leverage or power, she's doing way too much. Mark my words, before this Trump administration is over, her political career ain't going to ever be the same. They got something for her. I see it coming. Mark my words. Let's let it continue. Then
when people are out there and they're fighting for you, you immediately believe some of the most ridiculous stuff ever.
I got a question. When the fuck has she ever been fighting for us, family? Where's all this fighting for the, especially Black America? Who is the us she talking about? I wish you would have clarified that, because you can't say it's Black America that you fighting for. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Hold on. Let me not make assumptions. We like to do it the intelligent way over here. Is there anyone in my chat room, anyone at all, you're free to answer however you please, that can inform me on any type of policy that you're aware of that Jasmine Crockett has gotten done for Black America, particularly starting in her district in Dallas, because that's where she is. Does anybody know of anything like that? Can you tell me? Let me know, please. I would love to know. If you tell me what that is, I will gladly give her acknowledgement for that, because I'm not aware of it. I'm aware of her political record, but that doesn't mean I didn't miss anything. Is there anybody from the Dallas, Texas area in my chat room tonight? Can you fill me in on the benefit of having Jasmine Crockett as your congresswoman and representative? Where my Texas people? Any Texas people in here tonight from the Dallas area? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I want to know. If I'm being unfair, if I'm maligning your congresswoman, please interject and let me know. I'm looking in the chat room. I'm trying to see anybody. Can anybody defend Bundles here tonight? Okay. Can anybody defend her? Okay. So far I'm seeing that. Look, I'll tell you what. Feel free at any time during the broadcast tonight to bring me information on something that Bundles did that actually benefited the people, the constituency she has over in Dallas, Texas, or anything that she's done for Black America as a whole. Because I can't recall any time that there was a major crisis in Black America since she's been in there where she's been front and center advocating for people. I've never seen it, okay? Anytime a Black person lost their life, they completely quiet, her and the entire Congressional Black Caucus, not saying anything, okay? So feel free tonight. If you can defend Bundles, you're free to do it in my chat room. I want to know. Let's let it continue.
You can go and look at all the videos of me and all the things that I fought for, even my conversations around reparations, and then you're not even questioning.
Yo, conversation around reparations? For who, when, where, and what? Hold on, family. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, I'm a Gen X and we getting older. What conversation around reparations did she have? Because, look, I'm being honest. I am not being facetious. Can anybody refresh my memory on that? What conversation around reparations did she have, especially when she was using our language, talking about what we advocating for? Because, see, to be honest, I'm going to tell you what I think that is. When they get to talking about, I was advocating for reparations, they get to talking about that damn nothing burger HR 40. Now, if that's what you're talking about, bitch, that's not reparations. That's a fucking study. Y'all gonna quit playing in our faces like we don't know what that is. Okay? So can anybody fill me in on that? Where was this woman talking about advocating for reparations for foundational Black American freedmen? Where? That's not attached to the study HR 40. See, let me tell you something, man. It was one thing when you wheeled that HR 40 nothing burger out before we started finding out about where all this money was going. And y'all know over here, if you've been a long time subscriber to my platform, that even before the Doge artist, Elon Musk got in there or anything, where had I been telling y'all to go to keep track of our money? In fact, the business, go ahead and put the site in here because I've been telling y'all, follow the money, follow the money. I told y'all, I said, look, you go and look on foreignassistance.gov. That right there alone will give you an idea just how much money they do have that they could use for our reparations that they send overseas. Okay? My brother Kermit S. Winsfield says he's from Texas, and he said he hate we got to hold this one with her. Think she's from St. Louis. Oh, okay. Hey, appreciate you filling me in on that, man, because like I said, man, I like to hear from my people wherever in the country you from. If I see anything and I'm off base or you got information to the contrary, feel free to fill me in, okay? Because I just have not seen it. But I put the foreignassistance.gov website in the chat room because I've been putting y'all up on game. Plus, you take that, and I want you to cross-reference it with the Doge tracker site, and you will see just how much money these people do have. And for my Patreon subscribers, you all know that I was also showing you all how much money this illegal immigration was costing all 50 states. Y'all have access to that file over there. Y'all remember that? All you got to do is go to my Patreon and search total cost of illegal immigration. That file will pop right up for you. A lot of people wasn't even really talking about that, but you know, I give you stuff that very few people will give you insight on, okay? Very few people will, okay? I'm not saying other people don't do a good job, but you know, when I deep dive on something, when it comes to following this money, it's hard pressed you're going to find anybody better at it than me, okay? Because I will leave no stone unturned. And I'm still going to be bringing y'all stuff. I'm working on some things right now. Just got to make sure that all of this is correct. And I'll probably be presenting that to y'all in the next couple of days. But Bundle's sitting up here lying with these lashes all up in this camera. See, she think this shit is a game. And this is what's going to be the ironic thing about it. She's up here playing, talking at Black people because she think they're going to protect her stupid ass. And I posit to you this. Again, on Biden's way out the door, Did you get a pardon? Who you know got a pardon? That all of y'all jumping up, yes, a boss. You jump out there like Steven from Django, ready to do Master Calvin Candy's dirty work, but you didn't get no pardon. What does that tell you? You see what they tried to do to Eric Adams, and I'm no Eric Adams fan because I saw the statements that he made. Because while we on Eric Adams, when we get back to bundles, I'm gonna make a prediction here, and I want y'all to remember you heard it here first, okay? The reason why Eric Adams is talking pretty jazzy at the mouth towards black people and all that, because let's be clear, Rick, I'm not putting the cape on for him because one, he was sitting up there praising Daniel Penny, and I know why he was doing it to get in with the Republicans, and he's responsible for all that flooding of illegal immigration because he was went along with the bullshit, okay? But I'm gonna tell you why he's talking so sassy and jazzy at the mouth towards black folks. He gonna end up flipping Republican. Watch what I tell you. He gonna go from running as a Democrat to running as a Republican. Mark my words. If you see that, you can be like, damn, you called that. Because see, basically what he talking at black folks, probably him and somebody from the Trump administration, they probably didn't guarantee that he'll have support and funding if he try to run and flip to Republican. Basically what he's doing, he's kind of like that little badass kid when you was in school that go and do something to fuck with you, then go run behind the teacher. Now, if you was like me, that didn't stop you because I like, well, it's just going to be a witness to your ass whipping. You're not going to run behind the teacher and get away with it, okay? That's the type of kid I was in school. But that's what Eric Adams is probably going to do. That's what I see coming. So if you see that happen, remember I called it. We're going to get back to analyzing bundles here and our bullshit. Let's let it continue.
Like, this video kind of ended abruptly. Y'all ain't got no questions. Y'all just like, oh, okay. And legitimately, this ABC interview, it's on YouTube. Like, it's just a matter of like Googling. You can see the entire interview. And if you have an issue with what I said, then that's perfectly fine. Because, for now, at least we live in a free country. But let me tell y'all exactly what I said, since some of y'all are really confused because Elon and his friends decided to put it out there.
Did you see what she did, though? Oh, I got to take this back. I want to show y'all this because I like to make sure that I'm teaching you the right way to spot these bullshitters. Hold on. Let me make sure I take this back. I want to catch that exact part where she did that crap. Y'all remember what I told you about watching their body language? I'm try to scale it back to the part where she did it. Oh, there it was. Right there. Right there. Remember what I always taught you when somebody starts lying and there's a camera on them? I want you to never forget this because I said this before on Patreon. I said it on previous broadcasts. I'm going to reiterate it here again tonight so that young people will catch this. This will go well with you all the days of your life as far as reading people. Yes, the eyes are the windows to the soul, but also pay attention to people's body language. If somebody's looking at a camera and they're talking directly to you, other than just naturally blinking, they don't need to look away from the camera for any reason because they're talking to you, the audience. If I'm talking to you and I want you to connect what I'm saying, I'm looking directly at that camera feed or whatever other camera that I'm looking at. Now, when she got ready to start telling this lie, look where her eyes are looking. Don't believe me. Look in the DSM-5. Study other journals on psychology about people when they get ready to tell lies. Look where her eyes are looking, all off up top and the side of her head, because you're doing that because you got to fabricate something. You looking up to fabricate and create a lie, okay? That's often a telltale sign of somebody that's lying. And I'm going to be honest with you, I got to go here. You can call me everything but a child of God. Women are very bad at this. So fellas, if you're looking how to catch these hoes and lies, look for that telltale sign. The motherfucker talking to you, got eyes all rolling off in the side of his and what? You're fabricating a lie. You would be able to look directly at me and talk to me. When you're doing that, you're trying to wonder and you're exploring the creative part of your brain that comes up with fabricating shit, okay? Creating things out of staying there, a fantasy. All right? So I paused it right there so y'all will see that because she's finna get to talking about Elon Musk and his friends all that. I'm like, no, don't try to drag them in it. And see, this is another thing I want to point out too. Notice that she's kind of using some of the same stuff from Kamami's playbook, and if they hadn't learned that that's not a winning political strategy in any way, shape, form, or fashion, that show you how ridiculously incompetent and asinine the Democrats are. Remember on the campaign trail, every time somebody got ready to ask Kamami about policies or whatever, she started deflecting Trump, 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 Trump. Okay, Trump bad. Now, what about your policy? See, this is what she's doing. People critiquing her and getting on her for her asinine bullshit. And here you go trying to deflect back on other people. See, this right here, let me be blunt and say this. I don't care who I offend. If you a woman that's looking to get the support of especially men and you want trying to be in a leadership role, don't do this bullshit right here. The average man can't stand that shit. This goes along with the stereotype about them not wanting to take accountability for stuff. Because, see, if somebody's talking to you about what you're doing, don't tell me about other people. We talking about you and what you gonna do. You understand? So I just wanted to point that part out. So we're going to let it continue because I ain't done with her by sight tonight.
Legitimately, this ABC interview, it's on YouTube. Like, it's just a matter of like Googling. You can see the entire interview. And if you have an issue with what I said, then that's perfectly fine. Because, you know, for now, at least we live in a free country. But let me tell y'all exactly what I said, since some of y'all are really confused because Elon and his friends decided to put it out there.
Oh, see how she rolling them eyes, looking all to the side. She's like, let me come up with some bullshit that y'all gonna believe. Okay. Boy, she's the gift that keeps on giving. My good brother, Premier Holmes, okay, he said something. He said, excuse me, family. I have a fact for her work so far. She reformed the committee and brought accountability to her office. This is a statement on the official government website. Oh, I appreciate that. Now, my question is, what does that exactly mean? Okay, she reformed the committee to operate in whose best interest and brought accountability to her office. See, let me say something. I thank you for that because I want people to defend her if they can. My question is, when people start talking about accountability means, okay, somebody's done something wrong. You confront them with proof of what they did wrong, and then there's a punishment for that. So who's she responsible for holding accountable? Because, see, when you say, this is what I tell people, I'm not directing this at you, Brother Premier Holmes, because I thank you for that. I want people to let me know if they can defend her. But where I'm going with it, if anybody use the word accountability, that's not just talking at somebody or presenting what they did wrong. If they are guilty of something, there's supposed to be a punishment attached to that. Who's she responsible for getting punished? That's what I want to know, especially in the interest of the Black community. I've seen her advocate for no one to be punished. Let me ask a question to my audience. Case in point, can anybody, and defend her if you can anybody point to anything that she said in defense of the sister Sonia Massey that was murdered by that demonic race soldier, Sean Grayson? Can anybody point to me any comments that she said? Because I never heard it. Maybe you all caught it and I didn't. Where she speak up for that? So that's just one name. I'm just going there or something recent. Can anybody tell me where she defended Sonia Massey? Because they always talk about black women. Okay, leave black men out of it for a minute. Where you at defending black women? I got another one for you before we get back to bundles, because she finna tell us that we just didn't know what she was talking about. Because, you know, we all need to take civics classes. We don't have any sense according to the Democrats, okay? But I have another question. Where are all these sassy sister girl folks, Kamami included, when it's time to advocate for why our women are dying in these hospitals giving birth to the next generation of black babies? Huh? Where they at? I've not heard one time on Kamami's campaign trail, nor after the fact, that they address this issue. I've never heard them address it. But you know what I do hear them addressing? Oh, they're addressing to go in the opposite direction of bringing life into the world, which is deleting life. Never in my life, in all of the years that I've been familiar with the political process, and maybe some of you that are older than I can tell me if you're in here in the chat, I've never seen any political party pull up to a convention with a fucking abortion bus. Just let that sink in for a minute. These are the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen. This is who they want Black American support. We need more black babies in our community. But they pull up to the Democratic National Convention in Chicago with an abortion bus out there signing people up to get you to off your kids. That's what they offering us. Not to mention you want to sexually confuse kids. You want them to come home and tell their parents that they feel like they something else. And if they want to go and have gender reassignment surgery and the parent try to stop them, now you prosecuting the parents. Just all this crazy degeneracy. So this is one of the reasons that I'm glad the Orange Man is back in the, getting rid of all this nonsense. But like I said, family, where has she advocated for black women when it counts? That's what I want to know. Like I said, defend her if you can. Anybody's free to put that in the chat room. Let it continue. Watch this lie she's about to tell.
What I said was, what is $5,000 going to do for you if you don't have a job? That is what I said. That is what I said.
Now, here's the funny thing about this. She sat here and said, what I said was, what is $5,000 going to do for you if you don't have a job? That is what I said. Now, see, this right here makes me think that some of them figures that they quoting on this heifer's net worth, because we all know the game, they come into Congress dirt poor, and then you in there for 2 years, and now you're a multi-millionaire, taking all these the donations from these lobbyists. We all know AIPAC is behind a lot of that. They own a lot of these political prostitutes in both sides of the aisle, to be honest. But see, for anybody to make that asinine statement, I'm going to take it both directions. For the people that have a job, number one, it's not about even what it's going to do for you. This money, if it's being returned to the American taxpayer from all of this money laundering, let's just call it what it is, and fraudulent theft and all of that, that's our taxpayer dollars coming back to us. It's kind of like the argument we tell people with reparations. You don't worry about what the fuck I'm going to do with my money. You owe me a debt. Pay me my money. Run me my coins, goddammit. That's where we at with that. But see, let's lean further into this. Let's go with, okay, if you got a job, they could have checked $5,000. That can do a lot for people that have a job, especially you got a business. See, this go to show you because that's why I think that she is in that multimillionaire category. You know what I'm saying? Because when people have bread like that, especially a selfish hood rat, because I'm going to call her what she is, she's a political hood rat, they are so far disconnected from the everyday reality of the common man and woman, especially in Black America. So that's an asinine statement. 5 rats can do a lot if you smart. Now let's lean to the side if you don't have a job, okay? If you don't have a job, hell, that can hold you over. That can pay some rent. That can keep your lights on, put some groceries in your refrigerator, put some gas in your car so you can go look for a job. That 5 bands can do a lot. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Being that we are the people that know how to make $1 out of 15 cents, you put 5 bands in the hand of somebody that's unemployed and watch them go and start up some type of business. Oh, yes, you can. You can do that with $1,000 if you know what the fuck you're doing. In case anybody like, oh, GBS, you exaggerating. Bullshit. I'm going to give you an example. Watch this, okay? So they cut that check for them 5 bands, right? And it's a brother or sister out there that don't have a job. Salute to the good brother Black Truth United for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good man. Let's just say it's a brother or sister out there that's unemployed. They don't have a job. Boom, that 5 band hit. They get it. Especially if you're a man. You're a man and you got a pickup truck. I'm going to show you some way you can go in and get you some money. You take that 5 bands. You go look around. See if there's any buildings that need cleaned up. Go get you a cheap pressure washer or 2. Get you a couple of folks, man, to go with you. There's some money for you right there. If you into landscaping, you can get you some equipment and get that popping. Look, there's several ways that you can turn some of that 5 bands into something that's going to generate you some money. Don't play with me, man. Look, I'm going to give you another one. I mentioned this to y'all before. You can easily go and get a cheap heat press machine and print up your own T-shirts and sell them. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ways if you're a hustler, a legitimate hustler, that you can take that 5 bands and you can make some paper with. Okay, if that's what you're trying to do. Now, who in here going to tell me that you can't make money and then do just a few ways that I named alone? You understand? Because I can name more than that. I can name a lot more than that. 5 bands? But see, when you're a multi-millionaire and you've been used to just, stealing money like that, if that's what she's doing, allegedly, they haven't proved anything yet, but I suspect that she might. If that's what you got going on, you taking trips everywhere, you make sure you got fresh bundles every time we see your goofy ass. Oh, you wouldn't know anything about the common man or woman struggle in this country. You don't understand what inflation is like in this country, okay? For a person that's living paycheck to paycheck or what have you, okay? I know she don't. So for her to make that stupid statement and then come back as if you cleaned it up, that's what I had said. You still sound like a dumbass. See, let me tell you something. And this go back to what I always try to teach my audience, especially our sisters over here. I try to go as hard in the paint as I can on these types of heifers right here because I don't want you to be the one That's the butt of the joke. If you happen to think that you on the in crowd or in with them, and then they use you as the crash test dummy and leave you hanging. Because mark my words, people gonna be as mad as they want to be. When they come for her ass, watch none of them white Democrats. You think, look, let's just go here. Let's just say Trump finds something on her tomorrow. Pam Bundy come out, drop them charges. Cash Patel is like, yeah, we're going to handle this at the federal level. All day on her ass. You think Nancy Pelosi going to step up and is like, oh, that's my loyal negress. Back off. You can't touch Jasmine. Oh, no, you can't. Don't you touch a bundle on her head. You think Nancy Pelosi going to hop out there and protect this motherfucker? Do anybody believe that shit? Come talk to me. I want to know. Does any one of you think that Nancy Pelosi is going to be like, stop, halt, this is my negress? You think she going to come out there with a shield in front of her? You see what I'm saying? I'm being facetious, but I want you to understand how silly all of them are going to look when the hammer come down. And I'm like this, don't you bring your ass back to Black America talking about no help. Oh, they trying to look what they doing. No. Nope. I want you to get comfortable doing whatever you was doing before you came to us, because you weren't thinking about us before. Don't come to us when you only need something. You going to be down with us like 10 toes flat down all the time. You ain't going to get in trouble and then come running to Black America. No, we got to cut that out, family. All of us deserve better than that as far as representation in Black America, okay? So, when she made that statement, that's what a lot of people got on her ass about. Like, what? 5 bands? Man, anybody can show you how to do something with 5 bands. If you can't, man, you ain't got no drive or hustle in you, okay? Hell yeah, I know some people, man, could take 1 band and make it do what it do. You understand? Let alone 5 of them. Huh? Everybody in here in this chat room, before we get back to this fool, how many people in here, by way of black fist and thumbs up, if it's not you yourself, because I believe most of y'all in here would know, I have a smart audience, but how many of you in here, by way of thumbs up and black fist, if it's not yourself, got a family member like, hey, man, you put 5 bands in my cousin so-and-so, my uncle so-and-so hand, boy, they going to make it do what it do. Come on, man, sound off. I want to know. Salute to the good brother, Premier Holmes, for the cash up. Thank you very much, my good man. I want to know, how many of y'all in y'all family, if it's not you yourself, you got a cousin, an uncle, a nephew, a niece, be like, what? 5? 5 of them things? Oh, man, right now? Oh, shit. Hold up, let's roll. Yeah, see what I'm saying? So, Jasmine, if you happen to find these bundles, you better look in my chat room. My people know how to make it do what it do over here. So, see statements like this. Let me tell you something. This is going to shock a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all going to be like, man, what you mean? I'm not angry at her for saying this. No. Oh, no. I am not mad. You know me. I don't want any of them censored. This is what I've been waiting on. This is a beautiful time to be alive. I want her to have more digital rope extended so that she can hang herself politically. Let them keep talking. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to hear. I want her to tell us more about how she views economics towards the average American. Keep talking, baby. Oh, I love this. I love it that they got her out here because, see, what she doesn't understand right now, if Nancy Pelosi wanted to stop that and try to stop her, she could rein her in and be like, hey, listen, don't do no more interviews. Stop that. Stop talking about that. Mark my words. They getting ready to get rid of them. And see, watch this. Is anybody thinking something off the mark here with this? Remember, I was one of the few people over here in these spaces that I told you, I said, they sent Kamami up to get her out the way. Remember, I told y'all, let's break it down. I said that white women gonna white women. Y'all know I did. I told you that white women were still pissed that a half caste, half breed, whatever you want to call her, because she damn sure not one of us. I told you that white women were pissed that she got to the vice president spot before any one of them. You think old ass Nancy Pelosi agree with that, even though she's in a powerful position herself? You think she wanted to see somebody that wasn't white, as far as a woman, get to there before an actual white woman did? Never mind, she got a white husband. That don't make you get in the in crowd there for the tellers that think it does. Remember, I said that. And I also told you this. I said, since Jim Crow Joe Biden, weak ass, instead of competing against her and actually securing the nomination, because white people are going to support Joe Biden over Kamami anyway, he capitulated and offered flatbacker, because that's what I'm going to call her, flatbacking or Hindu bedwench, He offered her the vice presidential spot, and then remember she forgot all about all Joe Biden's racism and all this other stuff she was accusing him of, and put her in the vice presidential spot. Now, I guarantee you that the reason why they turned on Jim Crow Joe like that, because Nancy Pelosi was probably pissed. You remember them white folks, man, the conversation they have behind people's back, they probably like, you ignorant motherfucker. We were never intended for her to get no vice presidential spot, especially for white women. So I told you that all that stuff that Commandment was doing, see, a lot of people like, oh, they funded her so much. She's getting so much funding. I told y'all, I said, what they going to do is let her get out there and crash and burn so they can get rid of her politically. Because they don't want her nowhere. That woman's an idiot. They know that. Why you think they gave her that little bullshit position that she never did attend when, they tried to claim she wasn't the border czar? But I debunked that several times over here showing you where all the media was calling her the border czar and her own party was calling her the border czar. But they tried to flip it around. Like, see, we keep up with all that over here, boy. This is why mainstream media hate platforms like this. We don't have to be the biggest platform, but we catch them on all their fucking lies. So you remember I told y'all that. And sure enough, the way that election ended up, now that you think back, think about it. Doesn't it look like they let her commit political suicide so they can get her the fuck out the way? You really think them people wanted her to be president? Come on, man. But anyway, Bundles has some more explaining here to do. She got some more Bundles explaining to do here. Let's let her get back to it.
Because I can tell you that there's a lot of people that are losing their jobs with the federal government and could care less about a $5,000 check. There's a lot of people that are going to lose their jobs as it relates.
Okay, now see, you heard what she said. A lot of people are losing their jobs from the federal government. They could care less about a $5,000 check. First of all, the greater majority of people that have them federal jobs are white folks. Okay, and as far as in the black community, I know why they keep saying that. See, they think they slick with that little division shit. Mostly black women have the lion's share of them federal jobs like that. It ain't a whole bunch of black men with a bunch of federal jobs. It's some, but if you look at the numbers, it's more black women that's got them jobs. So I see what she's doing with that. Oh my God, look what they're gonna do to black women. No, you can't pull that one. Because even then, that's a small percentage. And see, to go to show you how stupid this woman is, and I'm using this term, I got to be blunt because I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. To go to show you how stupid this woman is, I don't give a fuck if I was a billionaire. I don't want no motherfucker around me talking about any dollar amount ain't worth something. No, man, I don't care if it's 5,000, 50,000, 500,000. No, I'm going to take that and make it do what it do some type of way. I don't need you on my team if you don't understand the value of economics in a dollar. I couldn't have this fool next to me. I've heard it said that she said that no man has ever granted her a marriage proposal, and I can understand why. Because look, I got to go here. No disrespect to my female lawyers out there, but that's one of the professions where, I don't get me wrong. There's some pit bull female attorneys out here. But damn it, as far as you being a spouse, you're a professional arguer. Okay, that's what you do. Your profession is to argue. Okay, that shit. Y'all can't compartmentalize that, most of them. They gonna bring that shit right into the relationship. So being that she's an attorney by trade, yeah, baby, I can believe nobody ever opposed to you because you got too much fucking mouth. You can tell by the way she act and the way she talk, okay? Yeah, I'm going there. Oh, yeah, they can call me a chauvinist all they want. I don't care. I'm gonna tell the truth over here on this platform. But anyway, regarding what she's talking about right here, this woman right here, man, would be a liability on anybody's team when it comes to economics. Just like you don't underestimate an enemy or an opponent, you don't underestimate what you could do with any amount of money. You understand? Especially if you come from a foundational Black American freedman background. Even if you wealthy, middle class, and definitely if you poor, you don't ever turn your nose up at any type of honest money that you're going to get. So she keep repeating that theme. I'm like, who you talking about, baby? You talking about to white folks? But to be honest with you, even smart white folks ain't going to sit here and be like, man, watch this. How many of y'all think that white people going to come out like, no, don't give us this $5,000 check? How many white people, because they the kings and queens of free shit. I don't care whether it's them hillbilly in the Appalachians, that's in Owsley, Kentucky County, the welfare capital of the world, where damn near 85-90% of the white folks there is on welfare. That's who's going to be hurt when they start doing all them cuts, by the way. It ain't going to be black folks. We ain't getting the lion's share of benefits like that. Or whether you look at the captains of industry in corporate America getting all the corporate welfare, like Elon Musk. Okay, that's how he became the so-called richest man in the world, by all these American government subsidies. I bet you he ain't gonna put Doge over there and open the books on how much money he got from USAID and all these other government contracts. We ain't gonna never see that. At least not while he on the orange man good side, okay? Yeah. So I'm just saying, man, she has a very stupid mentality about economics. And think about it. You know what the most terrifying thing is? Let me talk to my Dallas family. This is the person that you have as your congressional representative. Now, why am I saying that that's a terrifying thing? Or it should be if you understand how the government works. Because, you know, like Democrats tell us, you know, I have taken civics classes. I'm well versed on how civics works. And the Congress is the branch of the government that's responsible for controlling the purse strings of America. And you got this fucking political hood rat as your congressional representative. And this is how she thinks about money. I want you to let that sink in while we let bundles continue.
It's a private industry that could care less about a $5,000 check. So what I was saying is, what is $5,000 if you ain't got no job? Because right now,
you silly motherfucker, $5,000 to somebody without a job can help them create a job. But see, when you're a political prostitute and a and a hood rat and political hood rat, you wouldn't understand that. What is $5,000 to somebody that ain't got no job? See, let me tell you something about parasites like this. Oh boy, because I got to go in. I ain't gonna play around with this with no kid gloves tonight. This is the type of motherfucker right here that you can tell is comfortable with being a plantation slave to master. Most black people, men or women that are worth a damn, you ain't trying to stay punching nobody's clock no longer than you have to. Those of you who are smart, you trying to become entrepreneurs, create your own business so that you call the shots. Now, you're going to work harder than you've ever worked in your life, but I guarantee you that's a very rewarding feeling, okay? Especially when you're earning $1 and you're not trading your time for money, but you're trading your skill for money. You understand? It's a big difference. Vastly big difference, okay? Entrepreneurship is the faster way to being financially stable to the point that you can accrue some type of wealth. You'll never get that punching somebody's clock. Punching somebody's clock is just to maintain until you can figure out how to make your way. But see, to these parasites, and I'll throw her in there in the category with Stephen A. Smith. Sit there for 10 plus years doing the same thing instead of branching out on your own. You know what Stephen A. Smith said? First thing I think of when I wake up in the morning is, how can I make my boss more money and how can I get some of it? She got the same mentality. If she didn't, she wouldn't be talking this way. You understand? I told you, I'm not playing with bundles over tonight. Let's let it continue.
now we are headed towards a recession. These were my exact words, and you don't have to believe me. Just Google the ABC live interview with me, and you will see that they intentionally stopped the recording right after I said what is $5,000, because they believed that people would not
Look at all this head rolling and bundle flipping. See, this motherfucker irritates me. Her stupid ass sitting up here looking like some type of Muppet Baby or Miss Potato Head cartoon character. She keep thinking that she cleaned that up. See, this is how you know that this person is surrounded by idiots. Because if you had an intelligent person on your team, somebody would have said, hey man, did you play this back and actually think about what you just said? You didn't clean it up. That didn't make it no better. You made it worse. I'm telling you, family, I'm telling you, if you don't think Nancy Pelosi and the rest of them higher white Democrats are Democrat hires that's white, if you don't think that they letting them come out there so they can get them out the way, oh boy, I don't know what to tell you. My only thing I can say to you is like, have you not spotted patterns yet? One of the main things I try to do with my platform is teach you all pattern recognition, okay? That is critical and strategic, okay? That's a strategic necessity on any battlefield is pattern recognition, okay? Once you see something over and over again, you're supposed to be able to recognize the pattern of it so that way you can prepare defense for it, you can prepare offense for it, or at the very least, you can understand what's going on with that particular situation and educate others about it, okay? That's why pattern recognition is important. And again, quote my last broadcast, old bundles here ain't reading the room. Let's let this asshole continue.
Search and figure it out on their own. And sadly enough, like MAGA doing it is like one thing. To have a colleague send me a video of a black woman that is an educator and she's out here livid, talking about this why she can't stand me. Man, we've never met a day in our lives. You ain't gotta like me, you ain't gotta love me, but at least get your facts together. So I'm just telling y'all what I know, and you can again go into your own research if it's not too much for you. But you can do your research and figure out who voted for the American Rescue Plan, and you can figure out who it was that controlled the House at that time. You can figure out who it was that voted on the Senate side. It was the Democrats, y'all. It was the Democrats. And that was because it was a once-in-a-lifetime pandemic. And guess what? They were trying to save our economy. And guess what? They did save our economy.
Listen to how she talking, man. I guess since I'm such a cutthroat businessman and what I do from day to day, I just don't like hearing incompetence. I don't like looking at it. And guess what? And guess what, y'all? And guess what? You're supposed to be a congresswoman. You're supposed to be boule. You're supposed to be an attorney. You're supposed to have so much sense. And this is how you speak? Let me, you know what? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's my personal bias. I admit it. I am somewhat of a hard ass. Okay. I admit that. I know it's true. Let me talk to my audience. Family, I have a question for me. I have a question for you. And I want you to tell me, what's your answer to this? Would any of you in this chat room, men or women, I don't care whether you FBA or non-FBA, would any of you choose Jasmine Crockett to be your representative for an organization if you were the head of one, or your company or what have you? Would you choose her to speak on your behalf for anything? How many of you would be confident enough to do that? I want to see something. Let me know. Is there anybody in here? Talk to me. I want to know. Maybe it's just me, because see, I get it. Hey, look, I don't expect everybody to think the same way that I think. They come over here on this platform. I would never think that at all. So this is why I'm asking you all. Is there anyone in here, male or female, FBA and non-FBA, would be comfortable, based on what you've been hearing and before this, would be comfortable having Jasmine Crockett represent your company, your organization, or better yet, let's just say them folks done put some charges on you. She's a lawyer. How many of you would be confident going into a courtroom and this heifer was your attorney? And this is how she carry herself in the courtroom? How many? Need to know. I'm seeing a bunch of no's and no yeses. Nobody. I mean, look, y'all free to say yes. Some of you might have confidence in her. I'm just trying to figure it out. No, I got to ask, because I know what I think very little of her. I do. I'm going to tell you right now, I do not think highly of this woman, and I use that term loosely. Okay. But maybe some of you may see something I don't see. Maybe you can change my mind. Hey, you ever seen the little meme where somebody's sitting there with a little distance like, hey, change my mind about whatever issue? Maybe you can change my mind. Dan Miller TV said, I'll be serving life. Oh, my God. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. So I guess my audience is not comfortable having her as a representative. Okay. I just wanted to see, man, because I get it. I can have some pretty hard line takes and points of view. Let it continue. Bundles has more to talk to us about.
And guess what? This motherfucker is sending the shit literally into the shitter right now. Don't believe me? Look at the Dow.
Oh, here she goes again. Okay, Bundles. You've shown us that you can curse. Okay, congratulations. And I can't hold that against you. I'm a retired sailor myself. Okay, but Bundles, you wasn't talking like that when Jim Crow Joe Biden messed up the economy that Trump handed him. That wasn't in inflation. That was in the shitter when everything started going up. Why you wasn't talking like that about Jim Crow Joe Biden then? See, this is the incompetence that most of the American public is tired of when it comes to these Democrat shillbillies, that entire party. If you're not going to deal with reality, most of America is fed up with that. Okay, you only going to call out something when it doesn't, hurt your party, or it's not going to be critical of your party. Most of America is tired of that. In either direction, whether it's Republican or Democrat, to be honest. Okay? The smart Americans, let me say that. The smart Americans don't care who fucked up. We want to know who did it and hold them accountable and correct the problem. That's what smart Americans want. So all of this is Trump, Republicans. Everything is all about them. And yes, they have their issues that you can criticize them on. But how you just going to overlook them 4 years that Jim Crow Joe had, where all these things just shot up sky high? But see, I'll tell you how she can overlook it. This heifer didn't feel that, because who knows how much money AIPAC done sank into her damn purse, okay? or how much money she might have stolen calling us or trying to do what the white folks do. We don't know. We don't know yet. But I guarantee you, Jazzy, okay, Jazzy, we gonna find out, baby. And I'm gonna tell you, if Pam Bundy put them charges on your ass, I ain't gonna be hopping up and down like Terrence K. Jackass Williams, but I am gonna have a smile on my face, and I'm gonna have a big box of popcorn, and I'm gonna be watching, okay? And I'm damn sure not gonna advocate for free Jasmine. Are some of y'all gonna be like free Jasmine Crockett? I'm not. Oh no. I want you to do all that time. Salute to little Travian Lawson for the cash, y'all. Thank you very much, my good brother. I want her to do every bit of time to the door, no parole. I want all the bootlegs to do the harshest sentences possible. And look, you know what'll be funny? You know what the ultimate irony would be? Because I'm going to go on here with it. Imagine when Pam Bundy and the Republicans prosecute all the bootlegs, because you know they're going to start with the black ones first, okay? I want to get all of them, but you know they're going to start with the niggers first, and rightfully so, because that's what you get for turning on black America. The irony would be if they prosecuted them under the same laws from the 94 crime bill. Wouldn't that be just beautiful irony? Oh, Jazzy. Jazzy, you should have tried to talk to Jim Crow Joe on the way out to get you a part, because I got a feeling you're going to need it, Bundles. Let's let it continue.
Look at private industry. Look at the fact that costs are going up, yet jobs are going down. That is a recipe for a recession. So no, it is not cute. It is not fun to sit up here and throw out some money. And in fact, with the
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, remember before she started talking, she did that shit where she was looking up in the corner of her eyes again, getting ready to pull a lie out of thin air, okay? This heifer set up here. And remember, Congress controls the purse strings of the country. She sat up here and said, it's not cute to throw out some money. Okay, well, bitch, why weren't you talking like that when they was throwing when Biden was throwing money over to his boo thing, Zelensky? Why weren't you talking like that when we go to foreignassistance.gov and we see all these funds going all over the place except for to America? We got homeless people over here on the streets that need to be taken care of. But then you flood the country with illegal aliens and you paper them up. But that was the time for you to be talking about you wasn't going to be throwing no money around. I ain't hear the bitch talking like that then. Huh? Where was all this talk then? See, look, if you are that stupid, because this is willful incompetence, but let's just say she was this damn stupid, okay? To the point that you don't recognize that the time for you to be talking like that was when all these illegal aliens, non-citizens, are coming over here, staying in luxury hotels, turning their nose up at the food, talking about what they're not going to eat. They're not even supposed to be here. That was the time for you to step up and say, hey, man, we don't need to be throwing no money out like that. That's not cute. I didn't hear the bitch saying that. You know why? Because your ass is on the tape and you on board with that. And I'm going to tell you right now, bitch, if you took any money, I hope that they prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law and lock your goofy ass under a prison. I'm going there with it. I have no love for these bootlegs. I don't. I'm telling you right now, I am the last person that you're going to expect any type of empathy or forgiveness of, because these people have set up here and watched them folks politically slit our throat. They advocate for us to be in that Asian hate crime bill. They're definitely that. We the number one victims of the hate crimes in this country, always have been. Nobody's ever overtaken us on that list. Nobody. You didn't speak up for that. You ain't speaking up for people like Sonia Massey. You ain't speaking up for nothing. That's a value in Black America. Nothing at all. You speaking against things that would help Black Americans. That's at the socioeconomic bottom. Artificially designed, by the way, with that damn, what is it, $11 trillion wealth gap that they got? I ain't never heard you talking about trying to close that. None of the years I've seen this heifer be in Congress at all. But you talk against things that will help Black people, an economic stimulus. It ain't cute to just be throwing money out. It was cute enough for the goddamn immigrants. It's cute enough for my people. Let's let it continue.
Speaker said was that would be good for our campaigns. Like legitimately, like literally, he just put it out there so that people, the only thing they'll remember,
Salute to my good brother Kermit S. Wingfield for the cash out. And listen to the other thing, another pet peeve I have, family. I get it. I'll say it yet again. I am somewhat of a hardline stance person. When it comes to business, I play no games. As much as I joke and clown, when it comes to business, I turn all that off. I do not like hearing somebody. It irks the hell out of me that when somebody's talking business, especially in her position, like, she sounds like a damn Valley girl. Like. I'm like, hey, man, what is this? This inspires no confidence in me. I've never heard her speak on any issue where I'm like, oh boy, she got that on lock. She's handling that. Yeah, I laughed at the bleach bun, bad built bud body coming. Yeah, that was funny. We all laughed at that. But outside of you being funny, when it's time to handle business and your ass is sitting in Congress that control our taxpayer dollars, and this is what you present yourself to be, a bootlicking Democrat shillbilly flunky who probably finna be looking at some charges by the time it's over. If they find that you did something, they gonna get you. You ain't gonna be able to flip them bundles and get out of that. I guarantee you ain't. You and none of your other flunkies. And that's exactly what you deserve, too, if they catch you. Boy, I'm telling you, I can't wait. But see, I'm just saying, family, listen to how she talking. Look at all the gaslighting, the condescending tone that she's directing towards black folks. And you tell me that this is somebody that you want to continue to represent you over there in Dallas, for those of you that are over there? The good thing about it is, for those of you that have sense, if you over there, now that you see what she about, get her and anybody like her out. Let me go ahead and tell you right now, across the country, Black America, those of you that's got sense, FBA or non-FBA, the Democrats need to be politically punished. Go ahead and get it organized and strategized now, well ahead of the midterms. They need to be demoralized and gutted politically. I've told y'all, my goal is to make sure that that party go down in flames. It's on life support. I'm trying to cut the cord and make sure it goes down into the same malevolent neglect grave that they've handed our people for the last 60 plus years. That's right. I want them to go and rest in their own malevolent neglect grave. Okay. I'm not calling it benign neglect. It's malevolent neglect at this point. That's what I want. They are owed all the hurtful vitriol that they've heaped upon our people. They're supposed to get that back by way of us letting them crash and burn and continuing to spread the word. And look, I'm going to tell you right now, whatever I'm capable of doing to help engineer their political destruction, that's what I'm all about. Now, does that mean that I'm loyal to the Republicans? Hell no, I'm not a Republican, not liberal nor conservative. But what I do believe in is making sure that you get a complimentary foot up your ass for wronging my people in Black America. That's what I'm all about. Oh, yeah, we owe them some political punishment. So that's where I'm at with it. Let's let Bundles continue.
People, I guess, is that he said he was going to give out $5,000. And it's a lie. It is a lie. Like everything else he does, lie. But if y'all want to believe the lies, then that's just on y'all. But I just wanted to make sure that I set the record straight, because for whatever reason, some people just cannot take it upon themselves to go on YouTube or go onto Google and figure out what I said.
Yep, so that was Jasmine Bundles Crockett. Okay, Jasmine Crockett bullshit. Hey, shout out to my brother Black Alpha Network. Hey, Ratchet Crockett. Hey, that's the name he came up with for it, man. That's hilarious, man. It fits. But see, she gonna get what's coming to her, because she's not the only flunky that we got to examine here tonight. Oh no, she's not the only one. I told you we're gonna be dealing with Bundles, lies, and prosecution potentially over here tonight. Because see, family, let's go ahead and show you what else we got to deal with tonight. Oh yeah, I want you, before we get to the next thing here, I got to remind you all. Remember how Jasmine Crockett was carrying on about how $5,000 ain't nothing. Oh, child, what you gonna do with that? You ain't got no job. All that bundle flipping and all that nonsense. Well, I want you to hear from this sister right here and some other women on what they think about the inflation, especially that was ushered in under Biden, and see if they will tell you that $5,000 wouldn't benefit them. I want y'all to check this out.
Me and my son living in a 1-bedroom apartment. And I remember thinking, damn, I can't wait till I can make enough money to afford a 2-bedroom. And then I did. I made enough money to afford a 2-bedroom. And then I needed a 3. And it's like, no matter how hard you work to get to that place, by the time you get there, inflation then jack the prices up again. So now, it's just like, God damn, no matter how hard you work, you can't outwork inflation. And it's like they want us to be homeless so damn bad.
I'm 28 years old. I was in the Air Force for literally 7 years. Half of my 20s I spent in active duty military. I have thousands of hours of experience. I've been working since I was 13 years old. I've worked in hospitals, eating disorder rehabilitations, centers, residential centers. I've worked as a barista. I have customer service. I've worked on the telephone lines. I've worked as a florist. I've literally done almost everything. I'm a full-time college student on my GI Bill. Where I live, the average rent is at least $2,800 to $3,000 a month. Just for like literally black mold, horrible like living situations. Like it's just disgusting. Tell me why. Like I'm almost done with my degree and I have so much experience like in the nutrition world and like healthcare, all that stuff. I have my associate's degree in health service management. Every job that is that's open, that's hiring is literally it's like $15 an hour.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live?
You guys, I can't afford it. I can't afford life. I just can't. It's so hard. It's so expensive. It's so darn expensive to live nowadays. I just can't do it.
People all over the US are canceling their health insurance because it's no longer affordable, even through their jobs.
But me and my friends are in our 30s, we're college educated, we work in the tech industries, marketing, and either our jobs have been replaced by AI or our employers have let us go to cut the numbers before the holidays or whatever it may be. In anticipation of a quite different economy that we're about to experience. And I don't know how much more I can do it. I don't know how much more I can do.
I can tell you that my oldest daughter was working 6 days a week, 12-hour days while pregnant to try to do what's best for her family. They lived in a 2-bedroom trailer that they were renting that was literally falling apart at the seams. And so she wanted something better for her family because she was pregnant with her second child.
Traveling makes you realize that America literally makes people anxious and depressed.
Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. Bullshit. Bullshit. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine?
So I just got off working both my jobs today, 12 hours. And I have things I gotta do here at the house to catch up on because I wasn't home all day. I've been gone since 8:45 this morning and it is now after 10 o'clock. I gotta have cereal for dinner because I didn't have time to even throw something in the crock pot this morning or my Instapot. So I've just been sitting here pondering, like, why are we as Americans struggling? Why are we working so much more than we ever did before just to make ends meet? To keep a roof over our heads, to keep food on the table. When did it become so hard? And that's not a rhetorical question. It is getting to the point where we're not even going to be able to fucking die and afford to be buried in the ground because funerals are so fucking expensive.
It's hard to be an American when the leaders won't do shit. Oh, they yell and fight, suppress some rights at the hands of lobbyists, and it's all for profit. Name your price, politicians bought and paid. Oh, it ain't that hard to understand. The rich run the USA.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't care what you gotta say. You know, I don't give a damn about the Alabaster people crying, but see, I played that clip without interruption, family, to show you that the Alabaster people are losing it. Oh, they don't know what hard times are like, and all of them talking about how did we get here. Well, I'm gonna tell you how we got here, Alabaster people. And mind you now, any of these people that was sitting up here crying, you think they couldn't use $5,000? You think they would turn that down? Especially the male folks, you know they don't turn down nothing free, okay? But see, how we got here is anti-black racism. That's how we got here. Black people been trying to tell them for years, decades upon decades, about how unfair things were, whatever. But that was cool as long as everything was fine. See, one thing about, the orange man, he gonna make sure everybody pull their own weight. And we built for that. Oh, we've been doing that forever. Black folks are used to not having no help and figuring out how to make it. It's the alabaster people that's gonna be in trouble. We gonna be just fine. Oh, I promise you that. We are going to be just fine. We know exactly how to survive everything that's coming down the pipeline. And we gonna be the ones that make it out on the other side shining brighter than anybody. Trust me on that. But see, I tell you who ain't gonna make it out on the other side shining brighter. This heifer right here. Oh no, I know y'all didn't think I wasn't gonna get to her. Oh, Tiffany Henyard. Yeah, that's right. Like I said, her and a fellow sister girl, Jasmine Crockett. Oh, and she definitely got them charges coming to her ass. All that money she done stole. See, let me tell you something. And shout out to my brother, number one killer here, my brother, he's up there in Chicago. If any of you are up there in that Dalton area, this is your time to get this motherfucker, boy, because I got some wonderful news for you. And I know most of you that are up there, y'all already know the news that I'm about to bring to you. But I'm suggesting now that this news that I'm about to bring you has come to pass, make sure you are encouraged. The FBI, I would be writing letters and making calls and letting them know that you want her prosecuted for stealing y'all funds from the town of Dalton. Oh, yeah, she don't need to just go away and be quiet. Fuck all that. Put them cases on this bitch, okay? She need to go. And I told y'all, I'm going to say it again. Anybody, why you talking like that about her? Listen, man, I love my people for real across this nation. I don't care where you from. I love my people, man. We've been mistreated the worst and the most in this country that we built. We deserve to be treated better than that by everybody, especially our own people. So when I see this fucking hood rat right here get in charge of something and you steal from hardworking Black Americans, hell no, I ain't got no respect or no empathy for your ass. Lock this motherfucker under the prison and make room for Jasmine Crockett if she get found stealing the thing too. Family, let me show you something right quick. Let's go ahead and get into something. Old hood rat Henyard here, okay? Take a good look at this face, all right? Former Superman, okay? I don't find nothing entertaining about this motherfucker. She's a goddamn thief, okay? Go from having a surplus in a town to all the money missing and you flying all around the world tricking. See, let me talk to everybody. I don't care who you are, okay? I don't care what race the person is. You better quit putting these fucking hood rats, and that go for the male ones. Also, you better quit putting these political hood rats in office. Everybody knew what she was about, man. And she shouldn't have been on the board of trustees before she became the mayor. See, that go to show you something about, I got to get on the people of Dalton for a little bit. That go to show you something about how a lot of the people viewed this shit to let her get in office in the first place. You weren't taking adult business seriously. You don't put nothing like this in charge of anything. Nobody in their right mind in my chat room that will put a hood rat in charge of no fucking money. What you thought she was going to do? That's my thing. So Dalton, now that you've learned from that, don't you ever commit that mistake again. So for those that are wondering what I'm talking about here, let me show you something. Oh yeah, let me show you something. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for her. She's out, okay? And in case you don't know, I wanted to let you hear from Tiffany Hood Rat Henyard herself here. First, we got to hear how she was talking when she thought it was all good. You know, like they said, it was all good a week ago. Yeah, it ain't last week. It ain't last week. It's today, and your ass is done. The people have had enough. Good riddance to you. Now, the only next step that they need to follow up is making sure you get these damn charges on your ass. Listen to the hood rat before she got the results of this election here. Check this out.
Want Supervisor Henyard because they saw what a dictator looks like at that moment. So I can't wait to show up and show out and show the people why I will be victorious. I will come out of the dust, the flames. I will be like the Robin in the night. I will be victorious. So I just can't wait to do that.
It appears to. Okay, so that's what she was telling y'all with all that delusion in her head. You know what I'm saying? And this whole staff full of trash. And y'all know the allegations. They said somebody on her staff sexually assaulted somebody. That case is still going. So, I mean, it's just all types of foolishness come with that when you put a hood rat where they're not supposed to be, okay? Because I'm going to call her what she is. That ain't no sister in my fucking community. Fuck that bitch. And anybody that steal from us like her, male or female, I don't play about that. And y'all, all my people, all of you in this chat room, all of you nationwide that might catch this on the playback, you work too goddamn hard for your money to have anybody stealing from you. That's one thing that I hate with a passion is a damn thief. That's the way I was raised, man. My great-grandparents, boy, you talking about something that they despised was a fucking thief. And that's what Tiffany Henyard is. Who else stole the fucking money? You don't have a surplus in a town and then it just disappear overnight when she come in there taking trips and shit like that. But see, it's cool though. Finally, some justice has been served here because they voted that piece of shit out. And the only thing they need to do now is make sure, like I said before, go ahead and get the prosecuting. I want y'all to check this out in case y'all didn't know what happened to Hood Rat Henyard here in this recent election in Thornton Township up there.
Tiffany Henyard is out. Thanks for joining us. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Hasbrook. Our Dane Placco has been the leader in breaking news on all of the Dalton drama. Dane, this sounds like a shocker.
Yeah, Tiffany Henyard didn't just lose tonight. You might call this a political annihilation. Her opponent, trustee Jason House, getting a 7-1 margin over her tonight. House with 87.9% of the 4,400 votes cast here today. Henyard getting just 12% of the vote. Those numbers came in fast this evening, sparking a huge celebration here at House's campaign headquarters.
For 4 years, and now victory. Yes. We are claiming victory today.
I see no competition. So when I come in with a landslide this evening, I'm going to be so great. Y'all can all come to the after party and we can talk about it.
Oh, really, Tiffany? Well, don't look like it's going to be no after party, baby. It's over with because you see it right here. Okay, read it and weep. Dalton Dictator. The New York Post ain't shit for that, but it's accurate. Dalton Dictator, Tiffany Henyard destroyed in Democratic primary following scandal-filled mayoral term. Oh, boy, that just brings such joyous music to my ears. Oh, yes, it does. Because, see, I have to talk to you in the voice of the snake. Yes. See, what had happened was Tiffany thought that she was going to win another term and be able to steal even more money from the hard-working brothers and sisters of Thornton Township. That's what she thought was going to happen. She thought she was going to be taking more trips to Las Vegas off your taxpayer dollars, getting more ridiculous weave to put in her bubble doll head. She thought that she was going to be enjoying luxury meals off your tax dimes. And now she's received a political blowout. Oh, Tiffany, you should have come and talked to your good brother, the snake. I mean, because you're a fellow snake. But every now and again, one of our reptiles loses their way. And you need to go back to the basics. You need to understand that if you're gonna play this snake game the right way, you make sure you cover all your bases. See, as snakes, we have to make sure that since we're hated everywhere because of the things that we've done, we have to make sure that we have multiple barrels and holes. Just in case somebody pours gasoline down one, we can slither into another. You didn't plan accordingly, Tiffany. You just didn't. And now it's over for you. Bite the apple. Oh, you know I had to bring out the Snake Boys family. Yeah, man, she had to get it. Because see, let me show you why I'm being petty. Because we got to take a look at these numbers here. We love numbers over here. Oh, what is this I found on my screen here? Ooh. Would this happen to be the actual results from the recent political crushing of Tiffany Hood Rat Henyard? Oh, I think it is, ladies and gentlemen. I think all of you can see that quite nicely on the screen. Can you see it? Oh, yes, we got to get it. We got to get into this. Let's read these numbers over here, okay? Because we could actually be about to do this. As you see, Mayor Village of Dalton, okay, Democrat, vote for one. 100%. 17 of 17 precincts reported registered voters, 16,506 ballots cast, 4,446. The turnout, 26.94%. Oh, we gonna continue to read that. There we are. Look at these names. Oh, does this name look familiar up here? Candidate name, Tiffany Henyard. Votes, 536. And that's a 12.9 percentage. And Jason House, her opponent here, he got 3,896 votes for a total of 87.91%. Oh, Tiffany. Oh, my goodness. Talk about a political blowout. Boy, look here, family. The people of Dalton have spoken. And the only thing that would just put the icing on the cake for me, boy, she better be glad I'm not a resident of that town, because I'll be like, okay, now we got to get this prosecution popping. I sure would. Look, go ahead and buzz Cash Patel line. We need to make sure she prosecuted at the federal level. Okay. Yeah, we need to get these charges on this motherfucker. She can't just stroll off into the sunset with some of the money that she stole, however much she got left over. Oh no, lock them up. Lock them up. They got to get punished for it. You damn right. I'm all about it. When you stealing from my people, oh no, I want you to be prosecuted. So justice was served here, as you see, family. She got her ass stomped into the political ground, and good, okay? Yeah, running around fighting and all of that. Man, boy, look here, man. Stole these people money like that, and now, you know, these people got to figure out, even though they got her out the way, they got to figure out how they're going to become a economically prosperous town again. They got to build that back up economically. So hopefully Jason House is a straight up brother, and he gonna do right by the people and try to help them recover financially, man. Because hey, man, that hood rat dealt that town a blow, man. She dealt them a severe blow. That ain't cool at all, man. That ain't cool at all. So I want y'all to listen to the rest of this report on this, because see, they finna go into detail, even more detail about how she lost this thing. I want y'all to check this out.
Democratic primary by a landslide. The embattled Democrat crushed by her former ally, village trustee Jason House. He got nearly 88% of the vote. But before the results came in, Henyard hinted that a loss may not be the end of her political career.
If you don't win, what are you going to do?
I might run for something bigger. You never know. 'Cause I do a ton of good. But y'all just painted me as bad news for 4 years.
Well, controversy certainly has followed Henyard, who has been accused of mismanaging taxpayer funds. And just last month, she and her boyfriend ended up in the middle of this brawl at a public meeting. So this could be the end of an era, guys, or just the beginning of a new one. We shall see.
All right. She said she's going to run for something bigger. This is Lawrence's favorite story.
I want to recap. 500 people. Who are those 500 people that voted for her?
I want to
recap. I can't get enough.
Listen, I don't think we have heard the end of her.
I don't think so either.
If I was over at Bravo or one of those reality channel shows, she would make a fantastic star of a reality show. Call it Breakfast with Tiffany. Call it something like that.
That's a good one.
But I mean, the stuff she has done over her term.
Lawrence,
who is that dog?
Lawrence, what is she accused of?
Okay, so she spent money. Money on her nails and hair. She has a security detail now. She's in a little town. They have problem with crime, okay, but she has a four-car motorcade. And I just love how she says, you guys have demonized me. I'm going to go for something bigger now. Yeah. I mean, it's just delusion of all delusion. But she's beautiful, and I think Bravo would pick her up.
Right. She's very entertaining. Just saying.
But she's not good at her job.
She got.
Well, that makes it a funny show.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's what reality TV is, though, Brian.
No, it's real. Do you remember when Brian yesterday said that the mayor of Chicago, Mayor Johnson, only his approval rating's like 16, and he said that's just his family. His family is the only one supporting him. I mean, she got 12% of the votes.
Right.
Maybe she has a family of 500.
I mean, that's a big family, ain't it?
Yeah. It is amazing that people voted for her after what.
Well, I mean, look, if you're going to be bad, be really bad. If you're going to be really good, be really.
Yeah, so now you heard a little bit of the recap there on the so-called former super mayor. And I'm going to tell you right now, they sitting there kikiing about it. Nah, fuck all the jokes. Cash Patel, Pam Bundy, it's time to put them charges on her ass. Oh no. She better be glad that I'm not there. Because if I was, I would be leading the charge. I'm like, oh no, oh, you might have lost this race, but you finna lose more than that. You finna lose some time. Just like we lost our money, you finna lose some time, okay? That's what you finna lose. You finna get behind this cell. That's where you going. That's what I would be on. I ain't, man. Look, you gotta be like that with these people, man. These bootlegs are not gonna learn until it's some type of consequence, okay? And I don't want to hear nothing about when they come for her ass. Cause look, I promise you, it's gonna happen. They coming. Cause they looking to make examples out of these people. And see, I'm gonna tell you something. Mark my words, if some kind of way her name come up in those findings, ooh, boy, if them residents really wanted to get at her ass, man, they would be writing letters demanding that there be forensic audits of everything in that town. And if it's anything found untoward and with her name attached, oh yeah. Come on, you got to give me these football numbers. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that I'm serious about it. I do not play when it comes to no damn thief. But see, we're not done yet. Oh no, we are not done. I want y'all to listen to this, right? Because I want y'all to listen to this in its entirety before we get to the next segment of what I'm about to discuss here, okay? Because see, I told you tonight's broadcast bundles lies and prosecutions. Now you're gonna see why I'm saying that. Check this out.
Was fire.
Under the guise of foreign aid, USAID has been an unapologetic front for a far-left agenda. It has become self-evident there weren't a handful of foolish policies, but rather a coordinated strategy of radical, idiotic, and often anti-American priorities. Idiotic, you say? Millions to teach Moroccans how to make pottery? The Moroccans were making pottery before we were a country. This entire debate today and the crocodile tears from Democrats just goes to show what's wrong with this town. Not a single Democrat I've heard has expressed dismay at the many examples of crazy, wasteful spending. I don't understand the objection to a deep dive in how we spend our money, but perhaps it's the fact that over the last several weeks, a massive surge has occurred in the search for a criminal defense attorney. That probably says it all. 5 times in this city, any other city in the nation. I'd like to remind the committee that President Kennedy unilaterally created USAID through an executive order in 1961. Yet the President Trump, orders a momentary pause after winning a mandate for reform, and Democrats cry, constitutional crisis. As long as you're spending other people's money, no one bats an eye. But the second you want to save taxpayer dollars, the swamp cries wolf, or in this case, unprecedented constitutional crisis. This breathless, fake outrage from the left is utterly insane. And you know what the American people, you know they can see right through it. The generosity of Americans and the blessing of giving aid to others has always been one of our most valuable tools for diplomacy. The American people have a proud history of championing aid to our fellow man, but lawless bureaucrats have poisoned that goodwill. Many USAID programs are wasteful and actively sabotage our diplomatic relationships by forcing woke ideology on our partners. Just look at PEPFAR, a beacon of hope in the fight against HIV/AIDS, yet the Biden administration even weaponized this crucial program, jeopardizing lives and undermining our relationship with African nations. Under Administrator Powers, our message to Africa was explicit, as it was heinous. Abort your babies and violate your religious convictions, or we won't grant you life-saving aid. Let me be crystal clear to those who've been complicit in this betrayal. Firing those involved is just a start. We have a long way to go. And one last point. I want to correct the record on a couple of things. First, Elon Musk and the team that is working does not have access to personal data. They don't have access to your Social Security number. That is a lie. Elon Musk does have a security clearance. He has a top secret security clearance. By God, he makes the rockets for NASA. But the suggestion that he somehow can't be trusted to dig into how we're spending our money is nothing but a smokescreen to hide the corruption and the wasteful spending that has occurred there. And I am personally offended at the left's continued references to 19-year-olds and 21-year-olds in there doing work. There are 19-year-olds who have won the Medal of Honor defending this country. Just because you're 19 doesn't mean you're some child who can't be trusted. It is offensive. And if you're 19 years old out there, 20 years old, and you're serving this country, by God, your service matters. Keep serving. We thank you for that.
Now, I let that play because now you see why I say there's going to be prosecutions. And yes, we know they love to misuse the word woke. And the one thing I disagree with him about, okay, would be that. And also when he was talking about African nations right there. Now, what he was referencing was basically that's kind of started under Obama and it continued in the Biden. Basically, that Democratic administration, when they was in power, was basically trying to force LGBTQ ideology on African nations. And if you didn't accept that, well, then we're going to cut aid and funding. And I'm like this, African nations should not need any aid or funding from us at all. Stand on your own 10 toes, man. And hopefully they'll do that and stop dealing with the Russians and the Chinese, but I'm not going to hold my breath. However they choose to run their country is their problem. Bottom line is it's going to be some prosecutions coming. They're looking in here and finding out where this money is going. And see, now, I've said this before. I'm glad that Doge is getting to the bottom of all that, but I just wish it was an American citizen doing it. And I know Elon has citizenship now, but he is not one of us. You a South Africaner, okay? That's where I agree with Steve Bannon at, another white supremacist, okay? No love lost there, but I agree with Steve Bannon's statements. He's an outsider. You trying to tell me we didn't have anybody else over here that was qualified enough to find where this money is going and open up the books, okay? The only argument you could make is that he is an outsider, which is probably why they got him up there. And, you know, other than what he got his hands in, they were like, okay, maybe this is a neutral party that can go through and find out what's going on, you know what I'm saying, where our money is going. But either way, American business should be handled by actual Americans, not naturalized ones. I don't care who gets offended at that. So the next jackass we got to analyze here is Brandon. Oh, yeah. Oh, Mayor Brandon Johnson up there in Chicago. Boy, him and Tiffany Henyard, you know what I'm saying? All up there, man, just giving our brothers and sisters hell. I'm going to tell you something, man. This bastard right here has to go. From what I understand, I don't think there's a recall process up there. If there is, anybody up in Chicago, let me know if there is, because if there is, and I believe if there was already, Danny C and shout out to Danny C up there in Chicago Flips Red. I believe it was a recall process. They would have been trying to get him up out of there. So I'm gonna assume there's not, unless somebody points out to me otherwise, because this bastard right here, just like Eric Adams and the rest of them bootlicking Democrat flunkies, they were towing the party line for all that illegal immigration. Never mind what black folks, black Americans need in your city, okay, where you at. See, it'd be one thing if your district and your constituency was predominantly white or of another race or what have you, but these people up here where they predominantly black folks are their constituency. And you trying to tell me that you couldn't do anything for them? Oh, yeah, I want y'all to listen to this jackass here. I got to refresh your memory on him because, see, I'm going to tell you, when the charges drop and see what's going to get his stupid ass, all that trying to stand in the way of talking about you ain't going to cooperate with ICE and all that, okay, keep playing with send them home and if you want to. Keep playing. And now, like I said, that Cash Patel is director of the FBI, like I said, keep playing. You got the right one. And don't you turn to black folks neither. When you do something stupid, trying to fall on the sword for them Democrats pushing that illegal immigration, they already know that they're not in power. You didn't get no part neither, Brandon Johnson. None of you did. Okay, keep score. None of you got one. Biden pardoned his whole family and all his close white buddies, even Dr. Fauci, Count Falcula, as we call him. Okay. Wonder why he pardoning him. If he ain't doing nothing wrong, what do he need a pardon for? Well, that's a whole nother can of worms to open up on another broadcast. But Brandon Johnson, your ass didn't get no pardon. Let's refresh your memory on this jackass right here, family. Check this out.
But here's what I'm getting at. This oversight committee, of all the things that they want to have sight over, they should look at the White House right now. That White House is being ran in one of the most raggedy forms of government that I've ever seen. If anybody is questioning whether or not what our country would look like had the Confederacy won, there should be no question now. They want us to be afraid. Do not be afraid, Chicago. Whether it's an invitation or a subpoena, I'm always going to stand up for the interests of working people. And I will not be intimidated by some weak individual who won't stand up to an individual who believes he's a supreme being right now. You're worried about Chicago? Look in your front yard. We have a president right now who is obfuscating his responsibilities that should be very clear based upon the Constitution. He is rejecting the Constitution of the United States of America. And if they
Let me pause this jackass right here and shout out to my good sister, Dr. Chanel Phillips. He said it's being proposed there, speaking about what I mentioned earlier, House Bill 1084. Okay, yeah. If it's been proposed to recall him, I hope that passes. He needs to go. And he needs to be investigated and prosecuted too, because I guarantee you they're going to find his hands involved in some of this once they really get to doing these forensic audits with Doge all over the place. I would be pushing for that. But see, I got to stop him right here. This is what I hate when these bootlegs get to talking about the Constitution, this, Constitution, that. First of all, the Constitution does not say you put people that are non-citizens ahead of your citizens. And so if we're going to talk Constitution, that's what y'all got to start throwing back in their faces when they try that. Okay, so I'm reminding y'all of what he was saying here, talking all tough and telling people to look in their front yard. Oh, the Chicago citizens are you looking in their front yard because they see a bunch of damn illegal aliens taking up the city's resources and services that's supposed to be for them. And God bless them, man. The homeless population up there in Chicago, man, that is so immoral. You just skip over them like they don't exist, and just think about how demonic that is for somebody to do. You skip over your own people that need to be off the streets and that need services and need shelter. And you put people that's not even citizens up in hotels that none of them homeless people can go stay in. Hey, you didn't even say, okay, we're going to let the homeless people in our city go in here with them. No, hell no. It ain't for them. They better not try to go up in there. Oh, Brandon, when your time come, man, oh, boy, you going to get the same thing that the rest of them get. I'm going to let it continue, family.
They want to have a real discussion about undocumented individuals who are criminals. They should look at the very individuals who enslaved my people and colonized this land. So whether it's an invitation or a subpoena, the people of Chicago would not be intimidated or threatened by any individual who is unwilling to look in their own front yard of where the real threat to our democracy lies. Thank you all very much.
We're here today.
So that's what Mayor Brandon Jackass Johnson is talking about over there in Chicago, boy. Let me tell you, man. Thank goodness for Chicago Flips Red up there because they're doing everything they can try to turn that around, and hopefully you brothers and sisters up there in Chicago can work with them. Shout out to my good brother Afro Elite up there, man. I mean, look, y'all got a hell of a fight on y'all hands, but one thing I will tell you, y'all can win that fight. If you stick together, stay on code, work with each other, man, y'all can win that fight. I promise you. Because see, the one thing about it, when our people get on code across the nation and decide to actually focus on what the problems are without distractions, we get a lot of things done. That's historically proven to be true. But see, for Brandon Mayor Jackass Johnson here and all the rest of them that we reviewed tonight, I've introduced y'all to her before, okay? We got to refresh your memory here. Pam Bundy, I want y'all to hear what Pam is talking about. Since they all bucking up, talking about what they're not going to do and who they're not going to cooperate with. Oh, yeah? Okay, cool. You got the right one dealing with her. Check this out.
Today, because we have filed charges against the state of New York. We have filed charges against Kathy Hochul. We have filed charges against Letitia James and Mark Schroeder, who is with DMV. This is a new DOJ. And we are taking steps to protect Americans, American citizens, and angel moms, like the mom standing right behind me, who you're going to hear from in a moment. New York has chosen to prioritize illegal aliens over American citizens. It stops today. President Trump has directed this to stop. And if you don't comply with federal law, we will hold you accountable. We did it to Illinois. Strike one. Strike two is New York. And if you are a state not complying with federal law, you're next. Get ready.
Yeah, you heard that. Brandon Jackass Johnson and everybody else is bucking up talking about what they're not going to do and who they're not going to cooperate with. Okay, play that game because, see, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, you tried to kill this man, okay? You tried to kill this man. Now, no matter whether you like him or not, put yourself in his shoes. If the Democrats or anybody tried to do that to you and you got a position of power, you trying to tell me you ain't going to get your get back? Huh? You ain't going to get your lick back, as we say? It's his turn now. Oh, boy, and I hate it for you bootlegs because, see, you are not going to have the support of the Black American community because you've never supported us in our time of need. You are completely on your own. We have no sympathy for you. Just like we didn't exist to you, you don't exist to us. I want y'all to check this out because, see, a lot of them are talking crazy here, but a lot of y'all probably didn't see this. Check this out.
The NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
I have found some leakers. We are.
Boy, did y'all see how the orange man handled that jackass, the governor of Maine? They're talking crazy. Boy, let me tell you something, boy. Hey, like they say, you want to see a dead body? Or you just saw one then? Oh, boy. Man, listen, man. I don't know who these people think they are. You going to sit up here and try to buck the sitting president of the United States? Just bold with it. And you know she white. Okay, cool. All right, keep playing with the orange man. I really don't think they understand the gravity and the magnitude of what happened when they tried to kill this man. Never mind the lawfare and all that other stuff. I'm going to be honest with you, man. Had they not pulled that stunt, multiple attempts on this man's life, he probably wouldn't even be doing most of the stuff we see him doing now. So while I'm not saying it's a good thing they tried to take his life, hey, man, that put a different battery in his back. And to be honest with you, everything he's doing now, finding out where all our taxpayer dollars are going, stopping a lot of this BS, man, trying to put men in women's sports and let them go in women's bathrooms and all this other stuff, pushing this degeneracy on these kids. I mean, all this stuff, man, it needs to go. That is pure filth promoted by that damn Democrat Party. I do not say the Republicans are saints. I'm not telling you to be a Republican. I'm not one. But what I am saying is I got sense enough to recognize when they cleaning up trash in this country that been need to be taken out a long time ago. You understand? Long time ago. So I want y'all to check this out because, see, we got to give you further evidence of what I was talking about these prosecutions that's going to be on the way here. Now, this is Kristi Noem, okay? Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. I want you to hear what she said that she discovered here as far as, like, you know, the ICE deportations. A lot of y'all been wondering why the numbers have been so low. Well, you're going to get your answer right here. I'm going to let her explain that to y'all. Check this out.
Continuing to get more. They will be fired. There will be consequences. And remember, when they leak information to the press in order to blow an op, they are putting law enforcement lives in jeopardy. They are risking their lives and putting their families in the position where they'll have to live without those individuals any further. So you bet we have used every tactic that we have. If you remember, we talked just last week about how I'm using polygraphs to go after and to really interview these folks. Because we are a national security agency, I have that tool I can use. Also looking at their emails, looking at their communications. And it's amazing how these bureaucrats who have an agenda to stop the work that we're doing to bring safety to America, how they will sell each other down the river if it's just to protect themselves. So don't worry, I am doing everything to find these leakers and to get rid of them so that we can do our work and our law enforcement officers and agents can do it safely.
Department of Homeland Security just stepped up their game. So if you have an I-10 number, you need to listen up. Department of Homeland Security just asked the IRS to deputize their agents. Okay, what that means is that they have resources that they can use. They are now using the IRS to come after people who are, one, undocumented, and two, who are illegal. The common argument with illegals is that I come here, I work, I pay taxes, but you forgot the one principal key element is that you came here illegally. Now, Department of Homeland Security is taking it a step further by going into your IRS records, and they are going to go find you that way. So if you have an I-10 number, meaning you have an individual tax identification number, they will go on there. They will search all your business records, and they will probably, one, seize it, two, deport you, whatever the case may be. You are being hunted down. Please note that that is not going to save you. Just because you pay taxes means absolutely nothing. Again, you came here illegally, so that means you are being deported, and they are going to find you.
Oh, music to my ears. So, family, I hope you all got a bit of clarity on exactly why some of these initial deportation numbers are low. And see, look, with any operation, when you start out doing something, you have to make adjustments, okay? You have to make adjustments as you get new information. And that's what's been going on. Because, see, when I saw those numbers, I said this myself, but I didn't want to report it to y'all because I didn't have any proof other than just my conjecture. But you heard it from the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem. The reason why some of that's being thwarted, you got some folks in there that's calling themselves trying to lead things and tell folks this, here they come and there. Now, let me say this. I hope none of you are black people, because if that's what you got going on and they catch you doing that, they're going to drop the full hammer of the law down on your ass, okay? And you deserve it for being that damn stupid. These people wouldn't put their lives on the line and risk their families if it was the other way around to help you. And plus, you heard there on the tail end of it, one of the techniques they're doing is they're utilizing the IRS now. See, let me tell you what the beautiful thing about this is in closing of tonight's broadcast, family. Now that we're minding our own foundational Black American business and we stepping back out the way, have you noticed that most of these agencies that will be giving black people all this hell, now they're finna go after all these other people? Oh, and I love it. Oh, I love it. I hope you love it too, because now they getting a dose of all the medicine that they deserve to get. You're lazy. No money for you. Remember that guy? Huh? Remember the little criminal that, and they deported his ass, by the way, the little criminal that came over here trying to teach people how to squat in people's houses, found his stupid ass and got him up out of here. Oh boy, all this jazzy talk, this disrespectful stuff. You notice they've been real humble here lately. Oh, it's about to get worse, though. This is just a preliminary round. Because, see, like it or not, one of the lessons I want you to take away from this broadcast and everything that most of us are reporting on, again, it's not about who you like or don't like. I want our people to learn from this. Learn from the team that we see Trump has around him. We see Trump, of course. You see J.D. Vance. You see Tom Homan, the border czar. You see Kash Patel, head of the FBI, Pam Bundy, okay. You see her, Attorney General, Dan Bongino, Deputy Director of the FBI, and Kristi Noem, the Homeland Security Secretary. It's not about like. The lesson I want you to look at is look at the team that he put together. Look how on code they are with him, okay? Those are heavy hitters right there that are key to getting things done that he said on the campaign trail. So the lesson to us, for us to be learning here from that is, look how he picked that team and put it together, and look how they operate like a well-oiled machine as far as what they're trying to get done. Whether you like them or don't like them, that's something that we can all respect and learn from, because we got business that we need to take care of in Black America. So with that said, thank you to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. I have the best audience on YouTube and on Patreon. Definitely you all know that Friday we have an X Space coming up. We're going to be discussing a very important topic, so you all should be able to catch that and chime in. It'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, it's going to be our regularly scheduled time to do our X Spaces on Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, family, that's it. I look forward to discussing future subject matter with you on all of these things that we went over here tonight. Play this back, study it. Add your own information to this as it comes available to you, okay? Make sure you're checking that DOGE tracker. Make sure you checking foreignassistance.gov. You need up where your money is going. In fact, the business, let me put website foreignassistance.gov back in the chat for you a couple of times as we close out here tonight, because see, family, we're going to get these reparations. Oh, we're going to get them. Oh, man, we are going to get them. And we're going to make sure that we do everything we need to do to focus on what was necessary for us to complete our agenda and put ourselves in an empowered state. But that's it, man. Take care of yourselves. Salute to you, Black First. And I will see you all in future content.